much of an insane intro. I shouldn't have yelled. So basically, let's just get started. So my character was way too overpowered last time. Power level of 100 was 1 million at the beginning. Sorry, buddy, that's way too overpowered. You're already stronger than base from Final Form Frieza at 50%. My character's power level is going to be astonishing 500,000. I'm kidding. It's going to be a nice 100,000, but his base power level is 500. Let's just get on with Dragon Ball Z, because I don't feel like explaining Dragon Ball, because that's boring. So basically, when Raditz would arrive, Christian would be at Kame House training with Krillin. When Goku would arrive, when Goku arrived, Christian would say, "Who is the bean?" Goku says, "What's a bean? Is it food?" He says, "No, it's what you call a tiny child when you're happy. You say, the bean." He says, "Oh," he says, "you really are kind of dumb, Goku." He says, Raditz would arrive and Gohan would be instantly scared. Christian says, "Back." He goes, "Who are you?" He says, "Oh, a Saiyan." He says, "Oh, I'm a Saiyan. Cool, buddy. Time to die. You come and attack this planet. I will Kamehameha you into the stratosphere." He says, "I'm coming you to take with us." He says, "Oh, no, you're not, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, me and you. Right now. Right now. Me and you. We're heading out." They would start with clasping their hands together, going, Raditz would punch, Chris would dodge, elbowing Raditz in the face. He says, "Damn it, this guy," Raditz says, "only a power level of 500? How is he beating me?" Christian says, "So what if I've got a power level of 500? Doesn't mean anything." He says, "I should have got talent and finesse." He grabs Raditz in the back of Raditz's Saiyan armor and slams him to the ground and says, and then they both fly up to the sky. Christian would blind him with an energy blast and then punch him right in the gut. He goes, "Pooh!" Christian says, "Ah!" The aura around him turning blue. He goes, "Ah!" Appearing right next to Raditz, crushing his armor. He says, "Power level of 10,000? He goes, "Rah!" punching him in the face. Then gut punching Raditz, and then he says, "Kame," and he goes, "Rah!" Out of nowhere, he goes into the Ozaru form. His eyes turning yellow and the Kamehameha turning green. He goes, "Ah!" instantly killing Raditz. Jesus, Raditz! 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 Says, "Damn it, that fool's dead. We'll go to the..." He says, "Vegeta, they have Dragon Balls here." And then dies. Says, "Alright, Raditz, we'll be there for the Dragon Balls." So basically, after that, Piccolo would try and kidnap Gohan. While Christian is out of control, well, actually, he's no longer out of control. When Piccolo tries to take him, Christian appears in front of him with an energy blast to his face, saying, "Piccolo, you're not taking Gohan anywhere." Christian would grab Gohan, pick up Gohan, and hold him, and say, "Goku, here," and give Gohan back to Goku. It says, "Train him. The Saiyans will be here in a year." He says, "Okay." Christian would be training with a whole lot, putting on so much weight, asking Kami to train the hyperbolic time chamber, with Goku coming in at halfway. These two training so much, and when Goku's out of the hyperbolic time chamber, these two, I'm gonna name some power levels. Tien Shenhan, power level of 5,000. Krillin, power level of 6,000. Yamcha, power level of 4,000. Chaozu, power level of 2,000. Yajirobe, power level of 500. Christian, power level of 10,000. Goku, power level of over 9,000. Goku's got a power level of 10,000. These two are enough to beat Vegeta on his own. Let's just get back into it. And also with Christian's Ozaru form, he's up to 50,000. It's not a Super Saiyan boost, but it's the same as Super Saiyan, but a lot. Nah, his power level is about 40,000 when he reaches the Akari form. Now let's get started. So basically, when the Saiyans arrive, Christian would say, "All right, You and me, right now, Nappa. Let's go. He says, oh, the punk wants to die. Then he sees his tail and he says, that's a Saiyan. Nappa would rush forward, going to attack. Christian would just dodge all his attacks, like Karma did against that super strong guy that could crush Girl Man's skull. He was dodging all the attacks, pushing them to the side. Then he knees Nappa in the face, then punches him up in the air. Then says, Skyrim Slash! I'm kidding. He says, Kamehameha! And what I didn't mention is when Christian finished it off when Christian finished it off Nappa, Vegeta is fighting Goku. Goku says, Kaioken! ×3! Goku went to King Kai's world to learn the Kaioken. He can go up to ×3 with a lot of strain, but he can still use it. ×4, that's just a death wish for Goku. ×20 is an insta-kill for Goku. And ×20 is just erasure. Like, ×20 is literally just erasure. Let's just get back into it. So basically when Goku is fighting Vegeta, he's actually doing pretty good, actually being on a higher power level than Goku, than in the original canon, because he's at 10,000. Well, Kaioken ×3 is at 30,000. And at Kaioken ×4, he is at 40,000. So when he goes into Kaioken ×4, for a slight burst, that instant knocks back Vegeta. Kaioken ×4 is the strongest Christian Zakati form for now. Basically, when Vegeta would be fighting, Vegeta will get really, really mad and disappear when Goku's is in a state of paralysis. He rushes towards Goku, punches him right in the gut, knocking him flying back into a thing. Then he appears right next to Christian, about to neck chops. Because he has a higher power level than Christian. His power level at full power, not in Great Ape, is about, I'm gonna say it's about 30,000. So with one hit, knocks out Christian. Then he rushes over he kills Tien, Yamcha, and Krillin. With Gohan, Piccolo, oh yeah, and he also kills Piccolo. Krillin and Gohan are about to get killed while while Christian says, Aah! Going into the Akari form. This time, since he's enraged, he's at a full power level of 70,000, saying, Aah! Aah! Punching Vegeta right in the gut, and he says, Aah! Vegeta would kick him right in the stomach, but it wouldn't do anything. Punch Vegeta right in the face. And then he'd say, Kamehameha! Vegeta would say, Gallican! The two beams would clash, but with instantly Vegeta putting his full power into his Gallic gun. Chris would say, Legendary Kamehameha! Goku would jump in and say, ×4! Kaioken Kamehameha! Clashing, absolutely destroying, saying, ah! Actually defeating him then. Vegeta would turn into his giant Great Ape, and Christian would still be out of control, going, ah! Shooting green ki blast out. Vegeta would grab him, but Christian would go, ah! Going into the Great Ape form, actually, surpassing, because the Great Ape is a 10 times multiplier, and the Akati form is a 4 times multiplier. Going into a power level of 150,000, saying, these two titans would clash. Christian's Great Ape form is under a lot of control, but it's still under a lot of stress from the Akati form. So after tons of beating each other up, Christian would finally be knocked down, but then Vegeta would go and about to stomp on him. Christian would say, Great Ape Beam! creating a grade 8 beam from his mouth, shooting it right at Vegeta, killing him. Well, not killing him, but severely injuring him. When Christian's about to kill him, Goku says, "Please spare him." He says, "I see trust in him. He can become a good ally." He says, "But Goku, he killed Krillin." He said he was about to kill Krillin and Gohan. He says, "It's fine." He says, "If he comes back, we'll deal with him." Vegeta would get on a spaceship and dip. Next, after 1 month of recovering, Goku finally is at full power, with Christian at full power too. Christian is interested in the Zakati form, so he wants to train it up. Bulma decides to ask Kami if she can upgrade the gravity and the gravity room. She says, okay. Vegeta would return to Earth about a month after Goku and Christian's training. Christian's base power level is at least 50,000 in his base. Goku's is at 60,000 because Goku has a lot. Actually, no, since Christian's got a power level of 50,000, Goku's got one about 49,000. Because Christian's got a little bit more potential than Goku does. So that's probably why this would happen. Basically, Goku, after then, when Vegeta joins in the hyperbolic time chamber, it would only be about a day of them in the hyperbolic time chamber, and now their power levels have increased. Vegeta's power level is about 100,000, Christian's is about 90,000, Goku's is about 80,000. Gohan's would be about 50, Krillin about 40, Tien at 30,000, not like a power level of 30. Next, next. 1 month later of training in a normal gravity room, but with more gravity. Vegeta's power level, 530,000. Christian's power level, with his increased power, 630,000. Goku, 600, because Goku's increasing progress. Christian, with his Zakati form, reaches 2 million. Even though the Zakati is like way stronger. His Zakati form reaches him about 20 million. I keep on saying Ikari instead of Ikari form, but I like to say Ikari form because it's like more Japanese and it actually sounds better. Just like sometimes I like to say Naruto instead of Naruto, it's Naruto. And Sakura and Sakura. I remember that video where this person named like so many Sakuras in anime. One of them was a guy named Sakura. Let's just get started. So, basically, whatever. So let's just get started. He says, "Mosca, Miska, Mo." Oh dang, Donzo. Since when did Donzo get outfits? Killing butterflies. Killing. I can only think of that song, whatever. So, now moving on to the Frieza arc. They would reach because they have to go to Planet Namek to get the Dragon Balls. Well, Goku is training on a spaceship to reach a higher power level. Oh yeah, I forgot to name actually the power levels. Oh yeah, and Goku and Kaioken times 10. Goku can now reach Kaioken times 5. Now, Kaioken times 5 times 600, I'm not intelligent enough to know that. I'm not 11 years old, actually. My birthday was like a couple of days ago. I'm actually 12, and I don't know all that crap. I don't know 6 times. I don't know what 5 times 600. I'm not gonna go over that. I'm just gonna say his power level's in the big millions. So, and Vegeta's full power is about 10 million. When they arrive on Namek, immediately Dodoria and Zarbon would sense a giant power. So would Frieza. They'd rush over and they'd see these three back to back, going, "Let's do it." They disappear. Goku punching Zarbon right in the face. Vegeta punching Dodoria right in the gut, shooting him all the way up, saying, "Dirty fireworks." Boom. Goku would punch him in the air and say, "Rock, paper, scissors, rock!" and punch right through his stomach. And Chris would say, "Oh, don't worry, Frieza, you're not left out." With an Ikari punch, punches Frieza right in the face, sending him flying. Oh yeah, then Krillin would say, Destructo Disc! Frieza would launch his own Destructo Disc, cutting right through Krillin's and cuts Krillin in half, killing him. Goku says, "You heartless, ruthless bastard!" Christian actually knowing Krillin goes sad and goes into his full power Akari form, going into Super Saiyan. Goku and Christian going into Super Saiyan, with Vegeta going into his full power, going into the depths of the gods. I'm kidding, they wouldn't go into... Christian would go into Berserk Super Saiyan, not the green-haired Super Saiyan, that's Kale's. Going to the Super Saiyan where he's got no pupils. And it's Broly's first time ever going to Super Saiyan like that. He goes, "Ah!" Frieza will go into his final form, full power. So let me name his power levels. Vegeta's power level in full power, and with a rage boost because of how much he hates Frieza, would give him about a power level of 50 million. Christian, on the other hand, with a power level of a whopping 1 billion with the boost. Goku, on the other hand, with a power of 120 million. But Christian's is hard to control. Goku can easily control it. Instantly, Christian would rush at Frieza, breaking his arm. Goku would come in and say, "You idiot!" and blast Frieza, incinerating him. But if Frieza wouldn't be dead, Frieza would be half left. Vegeta would say, "Gallic!" With a lot of anger, Vegeta powers up into Super Saiyan out of nowhere and goes, "God!" erasing Frieza from existence. But a little bit of Frieza has remained. And King Cold catches that piece and tries to rebuild the sun, as a full mecha this time. These three would get off the planet, Vegeta would fly to Earth. Christian would be flying off to a random planet, would fly off to a planet Vampa. Goku would fly off to a planet named Yardrat. When Goku would go pretty much everything normal, Vegeta arriving on Earth, and Krishna arriving on freaking planet Vampa. When he arrives there, he says, Paragus would walk up and hug and sing, "A savior!" He says, Christian is actually out of control right now, so he smacks Paragus, and he says, "Ah!" But then Christian would calm down and say, "I'm sorry, sir, for attacking you. I was in a Super Saiyan. I was in a form. I got angry because my friend died." He says, "I'm sorry." He says, "A tail? Are you a Saiyan?" He says, "Yes." He said, Paragus starts to get skeptical. He says, "Do you work for King Vegeta?" He says, "You mean Prince?" He says, "No, King Vegeta is dead, along with the Saiyans, except for me, Prince Vegeta, and Kakarot, aka Goku." He says, "Prince Vegeta still alive?" He says, Whoa, Paragus, I know you got a giant grudge on this guy, but he's not bad. He's actually better than the King. He's nice. He's not nice, or actually he's more heartless than the King was, but that's only in battle. He would be nice to his other Saiyans, except that I killed him, Saiyan, because he was attacking my planet. I'm gonna defend my planet. Paragus would call Broly over. He'd go, "Ah!" He says, this guy's got potential. He says, "He's a spinning image of me." He says, "What do you mean?" He says, "I could tell this kid is probably one of the legendary Super Saiyans, and I think I'm one of them, along with your son." He says, "Your son has dormant potential." And he says, "Don't you dare think of attacking Vegeta, though. He is perfectly fine. He's nicer than the original Vegeta when you really get to know him. When you become his trusted ally, he will never betray you. Unless it's for, the Dragon Balls or some crap." He says, then Vegeta gets all "Oh my god, my pride is so much more important." He goes, "That sounds like the prince, alright." He says, "Dang." He says, "Did, you get kicked off the planet or something?" He says, Paragus says, "My son was too strong, so the king was jealous and kicked him off." He says, "Are you sure? I think the king was trying to defend the planet." He says, "Are you defending the king?" He says, No. The king was a dick. But, seriously, Broly could be a giant threat to the planet, have too much dormant potential, that's why I got sent off." He says, "What was your burst power level?" He says, 500. He says, "What was your power?" And that's Super Saiyan power. He says, I felt like it was around 1 billion. He says, "That's also why he probably sent you off. King Vegeta is so jealous of every kid that's not his son." He says, this King Vegeta guy sounds pretty stupid. His son's got amazing potential himself. I don't know why he's so jealous of Broly. Paragus says, are you calling my son weak? He says, no, I'm saying Prince Vegeta actually has potential. And I don't know why King Vegeta was jealous. He says, can you fix my spaceship? Christian says, wait a minute. Christian finds the spaceship and pulls out a capsule and throws it up, putting out tons of parts. He says, I can help you escape. I got these parts, and Bulma actually taught me how to build stuff. Bulma actually created the spaceship that helped us defeat Frieza. He says, you defeated Frieza? He says, yep, I avenged the Saiyans. He says, thank you, but also I'm kinda mad. He says, alright, after a couple of days of training Broly, and also fixing up the spaceship, the spaceship is finally done. And improved so it can fly faster. When I mean faster, I mean a lot faster. Like, it's like the speed of light. Fast. So basically, when he would do this, he'd, when Goku or Krishna arrived to Earth, Krishna appears with two Saiyans. Says, this is Paragus, and this is Broly. They're both Saiyans. Broly has the same dormant potential as me. Also, Krishna has mastered Super Saiyan to the point where he can go to end at will, but he's still out of control. Killing, butterfly. I keep on remembering that damn song. And that, guys, is it for part 1.